Okay, well I've got to be honest with you, I've made these so often I don't bother measuring out the ingredients now, but I'm going to do it for you just to show you how many spoons you're going to need of the flour. So look, we need 100 grams, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we're up to 91 grams, so 5.5 of these small tablespoons. So for 100 grams of flour, we're going to need 2 eggs. If you want to make the pancake just for yourself, 50 grams of flour. So that will be, what, 2.5, 3 tablespoons of flour and 1 egg. But we're going to put 2 eggs in here. So 1, 2. Simple. When you stir it up, make sure you get the flour at the bottom. Don't leave flour at the bottom. Just fold it over like that. You can see the flour coming to the top. Make sure that every bit of it is yellow. Now if you want to follow the strict guidelines, we've got the milk here. Should be 300 milligrams of milk. But what I do, I just add it in until it's the consistency I like. So I put a fair bit in like that, you see. And then I get mixing with the fork. Give it a good whisk. And we'll show you in a minute what it looks like after the whisk. Now you don't have to use a whisk. I find using a fork is fine. If there are little lumps, don't worry, because when you cook it, they'll disappear anyway. But you can use the whisk to get it really smooth quickly. Now I'm pretty happy with that consistency. It's like liquid, but it's just a little bit thicker than liquid to stir. But if you're unhappy with the consistency, just get a little bit of flour, add it in, stir it in, and now you can see it's like a very thin paste, and that's perfect now to make our pancakes with. Okay, so 2 things to check before you cook your pancakes. Check the consistency. If I put a fork in it, it should go through quite easy, but just be a little bit gloopy, and then that's going to be perfect when we pour it in. When you put the oil in, just a tiny dash, like that, just to coat the bottom of the frying pan. Don't put loads of oil in or it gets too soaked into the pancake. How much mixture you put in at the start is absolutely crucial to getting a good pancake. Put in too little, it's going to burn. Put in too much, it's going to be dough in the middle. So, here's the rule that I follow. I pour it into the middle, too little if anything. Spread it around because I'm not a top chef. Just take my time, and then I was a little bit short, so I just add a little bit here. And then all I do, I take my time and I put a little bit extra on. We're not top chefs, so we're not going to do it perfectly first time. But now look, I've covered the whole of the bottom of the pan. It's not too thick. That's going to cook perfectly. Now as it's cooking, just tap round the side and keep it loose. So then it's going to be very easy to flip. I've got a little bit extra here that's not cooked quite as quick, so I just move it over. But look, I can just get under that. And then that's going to be very easy to flip over when it's at perfect. Now, I can check it as I go. So if I get under the pancake, like so, that is perfect. Look, golden brown. Not burning at all. That's going to be a perfect pancake. I'll flatten it down. Don't worry if you've got little split bits, it doesn't matter. It's the important thing is what it tastes like. I can check it as I go, look. Because I've cooked it well, I can flip. That's almost done perfectly. So I'm going to give that 20 more seconds. And there we have the perfect pancake, and we can now put our ingredients on that. Now while the pan's hot and there's still a little bit of oil in there, let's do our second one. So it should be easier than the first. I put a little bit more on than I did first time, and look at that, that's perfect. So I've whooshed it around so I'm getting an even covering across the whole of the frying pan. Okay, so I'm checking it. Let's have a look underneath. Look at that. Getting better and better. So it's a nice golden brown, and that's the colour that we want. Now what you find if you cook the pancake well is when you tear it, You see, there's no doughiness in the middle, so that's a perfect pancake. And notice I haven't used butter, haven't used sugar, haven't needed any of it, because the flavour will come in the ingredients I put on it. So you do not need to put stacks of butter to make a perfect pancake. I can guarantee you everyone I serve that to absolutely loves it.